So the Carolina Hurricanes season is wrapped up once again. They're falling to the Florida Panthers in a 5-game series in the conference finals. This team just can't find a way to win the conference finals. I don't know what it is. They could go 82-0 during the regular season, but they'll more than likely get swept in the conference finals. This season they didn't get swept though. They were actually able to win one game, so those are little victories that you have to build around. Truthfully, I don't think this team has to do anything crazy. There's no point blowing it up here. You have a lot of money to work with. You could sign a handful of really good free agents. Don't push any panic buttons if you're Carolina. We're just doing a regular 5-year rebuild with the Carolina Hurricanes here. Nothing crazy is going to happen. We're just going to work with this team. The Carolina Hurricanes have a handful of great players. They have a lot of cap space to work with. They have a handful of amazing contracts. There's nothing really holding this team back from a lot of success in the future. They just have to make some big time moves. If you're able to pick up like Mitch Martin or Brock Besser in free agency, improve the defense a little bit, this team can be back in the conference finals next season with just 1 or 2 moves. But the very first thing we have to do here, go through the draft. We're going to make a couple signings here, but I don't think too many crazy things are going to happen. Zach Morin, I know for a fact you have low franchise potential, and we're going to capitalize on that. That's an easy selection right there. But we really don't care too much about the draft. A lot of these guys aren't going to progress in time, so we're not going to spend too much time here. But there is a medium elite potential centerman here, and I think we're going to select him after I take Perot, because Perot might have medium elite potential as well. Yeah, that was a big time miss. But you know who won't be a big time miss? That medium elite potential centerman that we're going to be bringing to the team here. You're going to be an incredible trade asset. You will be traded very quickly here. Now, I didn't hand out any extensions during the season because the Carolina Hurricanes didn't extend any of these players. Brett Burns, we're just going to let you walk. You're 40 years old. Unless you're willing to sign a really cheap 1-year deal, $7.4 million is just a little bit too much. Jack Roslovic, you're up to an 87 overall. Of course you are. And you want $9.2 million. That's not happening. Dmitry Orlov, Foss, Robinson, you guys are all probably going to be walking here. I mean, Robinson, I can bring you back for $2.4 million. That's a pretty reasonable deal. Outside of Robinson, though, I think everyone's going to be walking. Now, when it comes to handing out extensions, there's really 2 players we have to worry about. Freddie Anderson, I'm not concerned about you because we're just going to be letting you walk. Logan Stankoven, we have to get a reasonable deal done here. And this honestly isn't too bad. Like, you're not interested in an extension, but I can definitely do $5.75 million for the next 5 years. And then when it comes to Jackson Blake, I'm assuming we can do something pretty cheap here. I want to do a 4-year extension though, because I do want to keep you around for the rest of the rebuild. We'll probably do 1.8 for the next 4. Actually, 1.9 for the next 4. That's pretty good as well. I mean, Mark Janikowski, I guess I can keep you on the team as well. How about we do a 4-year extension? We'll do 1.3 million. Actually, I'll make that 1.4 just to make sure you return. So those are 2 really cheap contracts for the bottom 6. We can work with that for sure. But this is where things are going to get interesting. We have free agency coming up here. How much is Mitch Martin looking for? How much is Brock Besser looking for? I wouldn't mind making a play for one of these guys. And Brock Besser is available, so we could go for him. But do we need another sniper here? I'm not too sure about that. Like, we already have snipers in Sveshnikov, Seth Jarvis, and Logan Stankoven, so I don't think we need another sniper here. But I think we could do with a number 2 centerman, and the Minnesota Wild have a number 2 centerman I would be interested in. It's a man that apparently is on the trade block, and me personally, I would definitely be willing to trade for him, Marco Rossi. So we're going to make a play for Marco Rossi, $7.6 million for the next 4. We can work with a deal like that. They're interested in this medium elite potential prospect. That's perfect. We can give up a couple 2nd round picks, and it probably shouldn't take too much more. So maybe our medium elite potential prospect and a 2nd round pick is going to be enough. They're saying no to that. I'll give you 2 2nd rounders. 2 2nd round picks should be enough to get this deal done. Marco Rossi, welcome to the team. There's our 2nd line centerman. But we're also going to trade for another guy who apparently is also on the trade block. Bo Byram, welcome to Carolina. We're not afraid to trade picks away here. We're doing whatever we have to. JJ Peterka would also be interesting. I know we don't need more snipers, but JJ Peterka is just a beast. Actually, Alex Tuck. We'll take Bo Byram and Alex Tuck. What are we going to have to give up in this deal? I'm not really too sure, but we'll find a way to get it done. So what are we going to have to give up in order to get this deal done? A lot of 1st round picks. 3 1st round picks. For Bo Byram and Alex Tuck, that's not going to be quite enough, but we have more assets to work with. Like Jordan Martinook, I would be willing to throw you in this deal. Actually, Kotkaniemi. I'll throw Kotkaniemi in this deal because then we can clear up that cap space. Kotkaniemi and 3 1st round picks isn't quite enough. You know what, Jordan Martinook, I'm actually throwing you in this deal. Your trade value is way too high for me not to capitalize on. I'll take one of these 1st round picks out. I'll take out the 2027 1st rounder. Is this going to be enough? They're saying no. We'll throw Kotkaniemi in this deal because we'll free up a bit of money there. I think we can get this deal done. We might have to do 3 first rounders, and I think we're going to have to. But at the end of the day, 3 first rounders, and we're bringing in Bo Byram and Alex Tuck, and we're going to be able to keep all of them around. Yeah, this deal is definitely worth it, but we're not going to be able to get both of them. Who do I value more, Bo Byram or Alex Tuck? I mean, how about we just start with this? Jordan Martinook for Bo Byram. Are they going to be accepting this? Yes, they are. Okay, what if we just go for Alex Tuck now? Like, is Alex Tuck really worth 3 first round picks? Like, is his trade value really that high? Where if I give you 3 first round picks, you're not saying yes to that? I'm not going to lie, you're kind of wildin'. So what if I give you Kotkaniemi? You're no longer interested in him. They're going to be saying no to this. We just have to fit their trade block. What are you interested in? We'll do a 3-team trade. You want a young defenseman like Bo Byram? That's actually kind of ironic. So we'll try this then. 2 first rounders for Mint Yukov, and then we'll flip him over to the Buffalo Sabres. They're saying no to that. Are you interested in Kotkaniemi? And is Kotkaniemi willing to go there? It doesn't look like he is. We'll still find a way to get this done. I'll give you a prospect as well. Hopefully that's going to be enough, and it looks like it is. Now we're going to send Mint Yukov over to the Buffalo Sabres. So Buffalo's interested in Mint Yukov, and I think he might be enough in order to get this done. They're saying no. What else do you want realistically? Because I don't want to give up too much more here. I'll give you 2 third-round picks. 2 third-round picks should be enough to get this one done, and it looks like it will be. Now, if we're really interested in winning a Stanley Cup here, we can't be afraid to make trades. So Kotkaniemi, a 3rd and 4th rounder, is going to be sent over to Boston. Pavel Zacha, we're bringing you onto the team. Your contract's a little bit shorter, but I think you're going to provide a bit more value to the team. So through all the moves we've made so far, our forward core is basically set. We just need to make a couple upgrades to our defensive core, but not really, because Slavin, Gostisbehere, Bo Byram, Sean Walker, Chatfield, that's pretty solid so far. I think if we bring in one more depth defenseman, we're going to be good. So ideally, we're bringing in a cheap depth defenseman here. Like, I don't want to be spending too much money. 2.1 million for Cody Ceci? Absolutely not. I'll do 2.4 for Perbix. Perbix will join the team. I'll actually do 2.5 for him, so he's going to be accepting immediately. We're ready to roll. I shouldn't say that though. We probably should hand out some extensions, because a lot of the guys we trade for need extensions. Alex Tuck, you're one of them. Now, Alex Tuck wants 9.3 million. We don't have 9.3 million. So if I give you a no movement, does that help our cause? Not really. We either make a trade to free up some money, or we just ride him out till the end of the season, and then hopefully we have enough money in the re-sign phase. I don't want to risk it, so we'll trade somebody away to free up some money. Now, Pavel Zacha, we have to trade you away because I need to make sure that we have enough money for Alex Tuck. So I'm sending you over to St. Louis. We're bringing in Dylan Holloway. Unfortunately, 1-for-1 isn't enough here, but a 7th round pick will make the difference. So we're going to be freeing up about 4.7 for next season. Dylan Holloway, we haven't given you an extension yet, but that's perfectly fine because we can probably find the money for you. And if we can't, we at least have your RFA rights. So with that trade, we definitely have enough money for Alex Tuck. Now he wants 9.3 million. I still think that's a little bit much, but if we do 8.8 with a no movement, we're going to be able to bring him back to the team. So Alex Tuck, welcome back to Carolina. Also, Holloway, how much are you looking for? Oh yeah, 4.6. That's not happening. But we're going to have all the main pieces under contract, and that's all we're really worried about. So after a quick offseason and a handful of trades, here's what the Carolina Hurricanes are looking like. Sebastian Aho, Svechnikov, and Logan Stankoven on the top line. Alex Tuck, Marco Rossi, Seth Jarvis on the second, Jackson Blake, Dylan Holloway, Taylor Hall. This is a pretty good team right here. The defense isn't looking too shabby either. I think we've turned this team around pretty quick. Then again, they had a lot of amazing pieces to already work with, so it's not like we did anything crazy. Okay, by far the most stunning thing about this Carolina Hurricanes team is the fact that we are the best offensive team in the league, scoring 4.05 goals per game. The Carolina Hurricanes are leading the league in offense, not defense. Offense. Marco Rossi, 72 points at the trade deadline. Sebastian Aho, 71. Alex Tuck, 70. Svechnikov, 68. We have 4-point-a-game scorers. Logan Stankoven's only 1 point shy. Seth Jarvis is only 4 points shy. Oh, we have an offense here. We certainly have an offense here. Freddie Anderson's been a beast. Coach Chetkov's been amazing as the backup. He's going to be taking over next season. We got ourselves a team here. We have a great team with the Carolina Hurricanes, but I don't think we're actually going to make any trades here to go all in quite yet. And the only reason for that, we traded a lot of picks during the offseason. Like, we really don't have too much to work with here. Like, what could I actually trade away? Like, the only asset we can realistically trade away is Zach Morin. Outside of Zach Morin, we can't really do anything. Like, here's all the draft picks we have. We've traded way too much away here, so I think we're just going to chill at the trade deadline here, and we're just going to ride this team out this season. So to finish out the season, Carolina was absolutely flying, 3rd in the entire league with a 54-22-6 record. We will win in the conference finals this season. Carolina Carolina made some amazing moves over the offseason. Sebastian Aho, 91 points. Marco Rossi, 89. Alex Tuch, 89. Svechnikov, 86 points. Seth Jarvis, 84. Logan Stankoven, 82. 6-point-a-game scores on this team. Our top six was absolutely locked in. Nobody was stopping them. Freddie Anderson, locked in right now. There is nothing that could actually stop this team. We're taking on the Devils in the first round. Our offense is elite. Our defense is elite. We have point-a-game scores. We have big-time players showing up in the big-time games. We just need to win when it matters. So it's all about winning when it matters the most. We have to take down the New Jersey Devils in the first round. This is taking forever to simulate. Like, I sat there for a good 10 seconds before I even started talking, and yeah, this is just taking forever. This is the slowest I think it's ever simulated before. We have lost back-to-back games after dominating the first two. What is going on here? We are not losing 3 in a row. We are not collapsing like this. What is going on? We can't go out like this. Y'all cannot go out like this. Like, we can't afford to lose like this. Like, the Carolina Hurricanes cannot lose in the first round. A 6-2 victory is great, but we still have to win game 7. No, it's actually ridiculous that we're even in this position. We are the 3rd best team in the NHL, and the Devils are really putting a lot of pressure on us. Not anymore, though. A 5-2 victory, and we're off to the second round. I think Carolina's woken up. Now, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this matchup right here. We got the New York Rangers, a team that has taken Carolina down twice in the past couple years. And who could we see in the conference finals? The Florida Panthers. Carolina's ready to get back. If this team's serious about winning a Stanley Cup, they're going to beat the Rangers in the second round. Then they're going to beat the Florida Panthers in the conference finals. The Carolina Hurricanes are going to get back. They're going to get back. They're going to get their revenge. They're going to do what they have to. A 3-1 series lead. All we have to do is win one more game. One more victory sending us to the conference finals. I want Florida. Give me Florida. I want to get my revenge against the Florida Panthers. I have to do it for Carolina. Florida, you better have beat Tampa Bay. Florida completely choked when it mattered. They couldn't get past the Tampa Bay Lightning, but don't worry, because the Carolina Hurricanes are going to get past the Tampa Bay Lightning. This team plans on winning a Stanley Cup this season. We split the series with Tampa. We're going to win game 5, then we're going to win game 6. We are one game away from the Stanley Cup final, and we're going to make it there with an 11-1 victory. No, that's crazy. So there's one team in front of us, the Dallas Stars. They have Mikko Rantanen. He used to be a member of the Carolina Hurricanes, but not anymore. He didn't want to stay in Carolina, and we're going to get our revenge. We're going to take down the Dallas Stars. There is no way I'm winning in season number 1 here. Okay, the 5-year rebuild is off to an incredible start. We're winning in season number 1. Carolina, just hire me as your GM, and I'll solve all your problems. It's that simple. Like, I knew I built a pretty good team here, but Stanley Cup champions in year number 1, Svechnikov, 33 points, Sebastian Aho, 31, Marco Rossi, 29, Seth Jarvis, 26, Logan Stankoven, 26, 5-point-a-game scores, Alex Tuch, only 2 points shy. No, the offense on this team doesn't make sense. How are we this good offensively? You know what? I'm not going to complain. The Carolina Hurricanes, Stanley Cup champions in year number 1. But let's just complete a 5-peat here. We still have 4 years left in the rebuild. 4 more Stanley Cups. That's how it's going to work here. So I think it's pretty clear that we didn't have any valuable draft picks. Like, our first draft pick was the 186th overall. So we're not getting any superstars here. It was a very forgettable draft. But you know what? The season wasn't forgettable because we won the Stanley Cup. Now, the re-sign phase is going to be pretty quiet here because I just don't think we're going to have the money to re-sign Dylan Holloway. How much is he looking for? This is actually very good. Like, I could do 4.5 for the next 6 seasons, 4.5 for the next 6, a no movement in the final 3 years. We could probably get that down to $4 million. I don't hate this. 4.1 for Dylan Holloway. That leaves us with about $2 million to work with. We'll trade somebody in order to keep Dylan Holloway on this team because I want to keep him at this price tag. Dylan Holloway, welcome back. Also, Freddie Anderson, thank you for the Stanley Cup, but it's time for us to head in a different direction. It's the Kochetkov show now. Now, thankfully, a majority of our key players are locked down already, but Shane Gostisbehere, you're now an 88 overall at 33 years old. We're probably trading you because I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to give you that much money, especially since you're 33 years old, turning 34. I think we're just going to capitalize on your trade value. Chatfield, Perbix, we're going to ride out your contracts. Jordan Staal will ride out your contract as well. The big signing, though, is going to be Kochetkov, and how much is he looking for? $5.5 million. We can certainly get this done. So I'll do 5.2 for the next 3 years. So Kochetkov's going to be sticking around as our starting goaltender. I guess it wouldn't hurt if we picked up a backup in free agency. Now, Gostisbehere, your trade value is ridiculously high. Z Boyum, I would love to bring you to the team. And if we can go 1 for 1 here, that would be amazing. It's not quite 1 for 1, but 1 draft pick in this deal will be enough to get this done. Boyum, you fit the timeline perfectly here. And I don't think your extension is going to be too much. Like, I think realistically, we're going to bring this guy back for a pretty cheap contract. 4.3 for the next 2. We have to do 3 years minimum. So how about we do 4.7 for the next 3 years? I need to make sure you return to this team. Now, outside of that trade right there, we're basically done making moves. Dan Vladar, I'll bring it to the team, 1.2 million for 1 season. That's it. We're just going to run it back with basically the exact same team. The loss of Shane Gostisbehere is going to hurt for a little bit, but Z Boyum, I believe in you. You're going to be the guy for us. You're going to be an absolute stud in the future. We're going to put a lot of faith in you. Now, last season, this team right here was able to win a Stanley Cup. So what did we do? Absolutely nothing. We made one trade. Z Boyum, welcome to the team. You're going to be playing some second line minutes for me. I'm a little bit concerned with that because we did take a bit of a fall off. But you know what? Sean Walker's up to an 85 overall. He's just going to have to take that Shane Gostisbehere role. Shane Gostisbehere had an important role in us winning a Stanley Cup. Sean Walker, it's time for you to fill that role. And Coach Chetkov, you have to fill the Freddie Anderson role and help us win a Stanley Cup. Now, last season, we were averaging 4.05 goals at the trade deadline, but that wasn't good enough. So we upped it this season. A 40, 19, and 3 record, 4.13 goals for at the trade deadline. We are scoring like crazy. Our defense is even better than it was last season. This team is just amazing. 4-point-a-game scores right now. Aho's got 87 points already. We're locked in. There's nothing else I can realistically say here. The team is locked in. Offense is great. Defense is great. Goaltending is great. Everything is great about the Carolina Hurricanes right now. If we want to make a trade, we could, but I don't think we're really going to do anything here. Why try to rush the process here? And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now, we're certainly not broke. We're absolutely dominating. So I'm not going to make any trades here. Like, we didn't make any trades at the trade deadline last season and we won a Stanley Cup. So let's just do it again. Now, based on what has happened the last 2 years, we're not making any trades at the trade deadline because it's not going to make our team any better. The Carolina Hurricanes, first in the entire league, a 57-21-4 record, the second best offense in the entire league, and the best defense by far. 2.65 goals allowed per game. The closest team was the Vancouver Canucks, and it was a 20-goal difference. Carolina's locked in offensively. They're locked in defensively. We have 4-point-a-game scores. Alex Tuch has 75 points. Seth Jarvis has 66 points. Slavin 64. Bo Byram 55. Dylan Holloway, thank God we kept you around. You have 54 points. And then when it comes to goaltending, Kochekov's done his thing this season. 48 wins, 3 shouts, a 9-12 and a 256. But the regular season doesn't matter once you get here. It's the postseason. The postseason is where it matters. We're taking on the New Jersey Devils in the first round. Let's not go to 7 games this time. Let's take them down in a sweep. Like, I don't want to mess around and go to 7 games. Let's just take down the Devils in a sweep and move on. We're on a bit of a winning streak heading into the postseason right now. How many straight games do we win? I think we won like 6 or 7 in a row. The boys are rolling right now. We won the first game. We won the second game. We won the third game. Can we make it 10 wins in a row? I think if we win this game, that's 10 straight wins. 10 straight wins for the Carolina Hurricanes. They're not stopping. We're going to keep on rolling. You can't stop when you've won 10 games in a row. We got motion right now. We have a ton of momentum. We just can't be stopped. So we're moving on to the second round. And who do we get to match up against? Well, none other than the New York Rangers, a team that has taken Carolina down a handful of times, but we were able to get back last season. But now it looks like the Rangers are getting back here, but we've won back-to-back games. I thought we were going to get swept there, but we're actually going to win 4 straight games. We've already won 2 in a row. Okay, let's focus on winning 2 more now. We lost that one in overtime 6-5. The defense has to smarten up here. It was the best defense during the regular season, but it hasn't been that same defense in the postseason. It's been scoreless through 40 minutes so far. The third period is likely going to decide this one, but it's actually not because the defense is going to be exchanging goals. Bo Byram for Carolina, Brain Schneider for the New York Rangers. Who's going to show up in overtime? Well, that's going to be Alex Tuch. One of Carolina's important pieces is going to be showing up when it matters. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Those 2 Buffalo Sabres deals, they've certainly worked out for us. We've won this game already. 5 goals in the first period, 9 in game 7. No, that's wild. But as I was going to say, those 2 trades we made with the Buffalo Sabres, well, they certainly worked out for us in game number 6 here. Bo Byram was scoring. We traded a handful of assets for him. Then Alex Tuch scored the winner. We traded a handful of assets for him. Like, we traded a lot of picks for Alex Tuch. I mean, technically, we didn't trade those picks to the Buffalo Sabres because we had to do a 3-team trade, but that's neither here nor there. It's time for Carolina to lock in because we're down 3-1 the series to the Florida Panthers. We want to get back against Florida. We weren't able to play against Florida last season. We got the matchup here, and we got to show up when it matters. We're exchanging goals in the first period. Moving into the second, Florida's going to be taking the lead. We can't fall to Florida in the conference finals. We just can't allow that to happen. Wow. Okay, they scored in the third period, and they scored a lot. We lost this one 8-4. That's tough. Now this hurts. This hurts quite a bit. The Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup after taking the Carolina Hurricanes down in the conference finals. We can't allow this to happen again. We got to bounce back next season. Luckily, we have basically the entire team under contract, so we don't have to worry about losing anybody. We're going to lose a couple third pairing defensemen, but the core pieces on this team are locked down, and they're all returning for next season, so we don't have to worry too much. Kochetkov, an 899 to 322 has me concerned a little bit. Can you be the guy for first, like I assume you can. You're an 86 overall, but you have to prove it. Next season's going to be make or break for you. So we only have ourselves 2 picks in the draft here. In the first round, we're getting a medium top 6 potential sniper. He's starting off as a 66 overall. The other pick we have here, the 158th. Now, I don't think we're going to be getting a mediumly potential player here, but I wouldn't be against a mediumly potential player this late in the draft. Yeah, it doesn't really matter who we select here. We'll go for the lowly potential guy. We're drafting him about 110 picks early. Who cares? We weren't getting anything great there. Now, when it comes to our expiring contracts, Chatfield, Perbix, Jordan Stahl, all of them are going to be leaving the team here. We have about $6.6 million to work with, so I think we should be able to find some cheap defensemen. Now, this is where things get a little bit sketchy. Bo Byram, you're looking for an extension here, and how much money do you want? 10.8 million. We have 16 to work with. Can I commit this much money to Bo Byram? Like, he's a great defenseman and all, don't get me wrong, but this is a lot of money. You know what? We actually probably can get this done. How about we do 9.3 million and I give you a no movement for all 5 years? Your contract interest is still pretty high here. I'll do 9.5 for the next 5. So that's going to leave us with a good chunk of money to work with. Taylor Hall, I think we're just going to write your contract. Robinson, I think we'll write your contract as well, because both of you guys are going to be looking for like $4 million. I mean, Robinson only wants 3.4. If we do $3 million exactly, I can certainly get this deal done. So I'll offer you $3 million, and then Taylor Hall will just let you walk. Now, because of all the amazing contracts that the Carolina Hurricanes have had, this is by far the easiest rebuild I've ever done. Like, when it comes to managing the salary cap, it's super easy. Like, there's nothing we really have to worry about. Aho's on an amazing deal. Seth Jarvis is on an amazing deal. Svechnikov's on an amazing deal. Like, we're not spending that much money at all. And then even when we go into free agency, we're just signing a couple cheap players to play some key roles on our team. Like, I don't need you to be a superstar, but I just need you to play some good third pairing minutes. That's all I need from these guys. And with those 2 signings complete, we're done. Like, that's literally it. We have the entire team under contract already. All right, I love when my camera overheats when it's not even that hot. It's been recording for like 30 minutes. So yeah, we are going face camless for the rest of this video, because that's what my camera decided to do. When it comes to the forward core, this team is looking great. However, I do have one main question here. When I signed this guy in free agency like 30 seconds ago, was he not a 79 overall? Did you regress 2 overalls in the span of like 2 months? Ain't no way that just happened. But you know what? We're not going to worry too much about it, because we already have enough elite players on this team. 177 overall is not going to stop this team from succeeding. Also, you remember that thing I said about us not making any moves at the trade deadline? I wasn't kidding. We're not stopping at the trade deadline anymore. Right to the end of the season. We clearly don't need the trade deadline for the amount of success we've seen in the postseason after not making any moves. So I have no comment here. No comment whatsoever. Keep in mind, this is the same team from last season. We were just scoring significantly less goals, and we were allowing significantly more. No comment. Like, I really don't know what to say. Marco Rossi, 99 points. Svechnikov, 92. Alex Tuch, 87. Sebastian Aho, 87. I don't know where the offense went. These guys have incredible plus minuses. It's the bottom 6. Okay, we'll address that. We'll address that over the offseason. We'll make the bottom 6 a little better. We'll make our third pairing defense a little bit better. And then I think we'll be right back. Because yeah, the top 6 was incredible based on their plus minuses. The bottom 6 in the third pairing defense, not good whatsoever. So at least we know what we have to address. We got the New Jersey Devils in the first round once again. What a surprise. Also, shout out to my camera for actually not overheating, but just for turning off. For some reason, it just decided, yeah, I don't really feel like recording today. I'm going to turn off. I'm not going to overheat. I'm just going to turn off so you can't have a face cam. So yeah, shout out to my camera for just being incredibly stupid. I turned it back on and now it's perfectly fine. Not really too sure what happened there, but all I know is we're losing to the New Jersey Devils and we're down 3-1. Ain't no way. Okay. We have to address the bottom 6 and the third pairing defense. We know what we have to fix with this team. We're moving right to the draft. We don't need to see scoring. We don't need to see who wins the Stanley Cup. We don't need to see any of that. Straight to the draft. If you're wondering who did win the Stanley Cup, it's the Dallas Stars, but we don't care about that. Okay, so we know Sean Walker's going to be looking for an extension. He's going to want a pretty big bag. So we're going to send him over to the Detroit Red Wings along with the 32nd overall. Axel Sedin-Pellikka is being brought in. He re-signed with the Red Wings at like 5.4 million or 5.5. So we know what his cap hit's going to be. Is Sean Walker in the 32nd overall enough? They're saying no. I'll give you a future second round pick. Actually, I don't have to give you a future second rounder. Here's the 54th overall. So there we go. We got Axel Sedin-Pellikka. That's a great addition to our defensive core. So we got Slavin, Byram, Boyum, Sedin-Pellikka, Udoka. We just gotta work on that third pairing. Now this deal is a little bit risky because I don't know what Gabe Perreault is going to be asking for, but Zach Morton sent over to the Rangers. We're getting Bryson, who's going to be a fourth line centerman. We're getting Gabe Perreault as well. The thing with Gabe Perreault is I don't even know if he's going to be willing to accept a reasonable deal with us because I don't know how much cap space we're going to have here. I feel like we should be able to make it work though. Now we're going to make another move at the draft here. The 22nd overall over to Philly. Teravainen and Gavin are going to be acquired. Teravainen is actually a pretty good young defenseman. He's a 78 overall. He's going to keep on getting better. He can play some third pairing minutes for us for sure. I was hoping to get Jordan Gavin in this deal. They're saying no. We will get Jordan Gavin though. Like realistically, how much more do you need? Like a 7th round pick or something? Like don't be surprised if the 214th overall makes the difference here. It's actually not going to be making the difference. I'm a little bit surprised. I guess they need the 182nd overall as well. Those 2 draft picks are incredibly valuable, and of course they're making the difference here. Now San Jose, would you be dumb enough to give up Sam Dickinson for this package right here? They're saying no. What if I give you a couple more draft picks that's not a 1st round pick? Like what if I give you this 3rd rounder? Is that going to be enough for Sam Dickinson? Hey man, if they're willing to accept that, I gotta finesse them. So we have $5 million to work with. The only guy I'm a little bit concerned with is Gabe Perreault. What's he looking for? $4.9 million. I'm gonna have to qualify you as an RFA because I just don't know if we can give you that. Like technically we have the cap space for you, but there's 2 guys that need some big time deals. And I know for a fact if I commit that to Perreault, we could be in a little bit of trouble. Dan Vladar, here's $800K. That works. So the reason I held off is because of these extensions right here. Svechnikov and Marco Rossi. Because I don't know how much they're looking for. He's gone. He's traded already. That's not happening. I'm not giving you 16 million. Rossi's gone as well. It's not happening. I can't commit 15 million to you guys. Luckily, your trade values are very high, so we should be able to get some amazing deals. All right, you are about to witness an absolute masterclass. Like these trades I'm about to pull off here, you're like, wow, Stick on the Ice is actually a legend. He is the greatest GM of all time. Niskala, we're going to bring you onto the team. Right now, you're an 87 overall. Now you might be thinking, well, that's a significant downgrade from Marco Rossi. And I can agree with that, but it's what we're going to do with these 1st round picks. Now, we might be able to get Braden Coots as well. Like, I'm going to ask for Braden Coots. Can we get him in this deal? They're saying no. But I want Niskala and 2 1st round picks. Now we're going to go over to the Montreal Canadiens. Now, what are we going to be picking up from the Montreal Canadiens? Well, Svechnikov's going to be involved in this deal. So we're going to trade for Cole Caulfield. And we're going to trade for Demidov. And we're going to trade for Porter Martone if he's on a 2-year contract, which he isn't. So we're actually not getting Porter Martone. But Cole Caulfield and Demidov for Svechnikov and a couple 1st round picks that we got from the Philadelphia Flyers. Because these 1st round picks have quite a bit of value. So I'm going to offer this package over. There we go. That's how you pull off a big time move. And the best part about that deal right there is I think we still have enough money for Gabe Perreault. So Gabe Perreault, I believe we have enough money for you, which we do. So Gabe Perreault, here's 4.6 million. Welcome to the team. We're set. Actually, I take that back. We're not set because we still have Philly's 1st round pick for next season and our 1st round pick for 2029. So how about I package both of those draft picks up and we get Matt Schaefer? I would be okay with that. And I think there is a lot of people that would be okay with that deal right there. So do we have any prospects we can trade away here? Like, I don't think that we do. I mean, Jordan Gavin, I could throw you into this deal. And is Jordan Gavin going to make the difference? Show it to Jordan Gavin. All right, so here's our team for the next 2 years because we have everyone on this team right here signed for the next 2. So we're just going to run it back with the exact same team. There is no point making any changes. We have a super team. They just have to figure out how to win when it matters most. Let's go back to the year number 1 Carolina Hurricanes because we won season number 1, haven't won since. But I think this team's going to figure it out. Now, y'all just really couldn't win the President's Trophy. You had to finish with a 55-22-5 record, 1 point back of the Chicago Blackhawks. You just couldn't finish first in the entire league. 3.91 goals per game, 2.8 allowed. Like, we were really good offensively and we were really good defensively. But 1 point shy of winning the President's Trophy. You know what? Maybe that's not the end of the world. Maybe the President's Trophy is cursed and we don't even want to win it. Sebastian Aho, this is basically the worst season that you've had since I've taken over as GM. But you know what? We still saw a lot of success here. We have some amazing scoring depth here, so we don't have to rely strictly on our top 6. We can rely on the 3rd line. We can rely on the 4th line now. Those are lines that are actually options for us. Kochetkov, you're pretty solid, but are you going to be good enough here? Like, can we win with Kochetkov and the core that I've constructed? Absolutely. The question is, are we going to win in the next 2 years? Like, there's no doubt in my mind that the team that I've constructed is able to win a Stanley Cup. If you took this team that I've built and simulated over the course of 10 years, they're definitely going to win 1 Stanley Cup, at least 1 Stanley Cup. They could probably win 2 or 3. I wouldn't be surprised if that team could win 5 Stanley Cups. Like, I have an incredible team here, but for some reason we're in game 7. we're not losing in game 7 with this team I've built. Like, I'm sorry, but we're not losing in game 7. I refuse to lose in game 7. We lost in game 7 1-0. That didn't happen. We have way too much offensive firepower to lose 1-0 in game 7. We were the second best team in the entire league. We're moving on. Like, I'm sorry, but what did I just witness? There is no way y'all got taken down in the first round. Aho 9 points, Caulfield 9 points, Stankoven 7 points, Dylan Holloway 5 points. Kochetkov posted a 916 and a 242. He actually posted really good numbers in the postseason. I can't even be mad about a 916 to 242. We just lost game 7 1-0. Kochetkov did his thing. The offense did nothing. The offense let us down there. Last season it was goaltending and defense. This season it clearly wasn't goaltending and defense. It was our offense. And what could I do to make our offense better? I have no clue, because we definitely have a good offense here. We have way too much firepower to not be scoring. Like, losing 1-0 is ridiculous. Also, remember how earlier I mentioned that we're going to be running back with the same team this season and next season? Well, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. So let's go ahead and get to the beginning of next season. Also, the Ops won the Stanley Cup. Nothing to smile about. Also, apparently I forgot to give Sam Dickinson an extension. I thought I gave him one. So here's 1.3 for 1 season. Sam Dickinson's returning. All right, here we go. One last run with this Carolina Hurricanes team. We have 1 season to win a Stanley Cup here. This team looks absolutely incredible, like 0 weaknesses whatsoever. The lowest overall in our defensive core is an 80 overall. I just want to point that out. 88, 89, 87, 91, 93, 0 weaknesses whatsoever. Kochetkov, you got to win me at least 1. There is no way Freddie Anderson is going to go 1 for 1 in season number 1 and then you're going to go 0 for 4. You got to prove you can be the guy. So we got one last run in us. We're in season number 5, a 51, 23, and 8 record. Carolina's looking to win one more. Kochetkov's looking to get his first as the starter. We've been able to win 1 Stanley Cup, but we haven't been able to win since season number 1. We have gone 4 straight years without a Stanley Cup, and we're not making it 5 straight years. I believe we've also lost in the first round in back-to-back seasons. So yeah, that's not ideal. Kochetkov had 7 shutouts this season. This is the best he has ever played. We just need to show up. We're taking on the reigning Stanley Cup champions. It's all or nothing this season. Like, we can't afford to lose. The Carolina Hurricanes have to win a Stanley Cup here. We're getting one in season number 1, and we're going to get a Stanley Cup in season number 5. That's how we're going to do it. In our first season and in our last season. We lost game number 1. That's not ideal. Y'all better not lose game 2. Y'all better... What are we doing? What are we doing here? Alright, I appreciate y'all watching the video. We are about to get swept in the first round after finishing 4th in the entire league. I believe we have lost in the first round in 3 straight seasons. I don't even know who to blame here. Like, who can I actually blame? Now, offensively, Cole Caulfield, you are excused from blame because you had 3 goals. Logan Stankoven, you had 2 goals. Aho 1, Jarvis 1, Demidov 1, Holloway 1, Alex Tuck 1. So that means over the course of a 4-game series, we scored 10 goals. 2.5 goals per game. That's certainly not going to be good enough. When it comes to Kochetkov's numbers, he had an 874 and a 382. What more do you need to know? The Carolina Hurricanes were able to see 1 Stanley Cup in this video, like we did see success in season number 1. And then Kochetkov took over. And when Kochetkov took over, apparently the team just didn't get the memo that they still had to show up. Then again, I can't put the blame on everyone else but Kochetkov, because he had an 874 and a 382. Those numbers aren't good enough. In his first season when he took over, an 899 and a 322. Those numbers aren't good enough. Truthfully, if we were going to win a Stanley Cup, we were going to do it in this season right here where he posted a 917 and 242. But even when he posted those numbers, we lost 1-0 in game 7. Kochetkov gave us a couple chances to win, but he also gave us a couple chances where we didn't even stand a chance. Like a 382, come on man, you gotta be better than that.